Okay, welcome back to my channel, y'all. I don't know what's going on. The camera keep taking me through some problems, but right now I'm seasoning my meat, so this gonna be another part of the video. I'm making a steak. It's kind of like a chuck roast, but I'm cooking it on top of the stove instead of in the oven. And I'm using all my little nice little seasoning. Open my steak. Hey y'all. I don't know if y'all still watching, but y'all know what I'm doing. Seasoning up this roast. And now I'm using that 14 spices. You gotta taste it and see what it tastes. I like that. This is really good. I gotta show it to y'all. Look like that's all you need right there. This one called 14 spices. Okay. And now once I'm finished with that, I'm gonna add a little garlic. There's a little hole in there. Add a little bit of minced garlic. Just a little bit. Stir it around in here. Oh, that smells like seafood. Add me a little bit of minced garlic too, y'all. Look. Trying to tell you, I be into my seasoning. But this tastes pretty good. I just taste it. I just like I can put this on everything. Okay. I did do my black pepper. Now this is like a roast. Kind of like look like a steak. But I seasoned it up really, really good. Y'all see that? And then I make sure I always put some more basil on my stuff because I love me some basil. And I leave my seasonings down because sometimes I have to wash off the caps because I'm always touching all of them. I got that. And this is something else new I just bought. It says steak, but I'm going to put some on there. It's called a buttery steak. But I'm going to put some on there. Rinse my hand off a little bit. Icy can get messy. Like I say, I put a little hole at the top of it because I don't want to use a lot of my seasoning, especially when I'm shaking it. So I put a little hole at the top and put the cap back on. And then I just sprinkle it. Now this steak gonna be good, but too bad I can't eat it. Now the butter is ready. So what I do is I lay that steak in there. Ooh. It's a roast that look like steak, y'all. But I got it in there. I'm going to put it on medium. And I'm going to let that do what it do. I'll let y'all look at it in a few minutes. And it's going to cook from the bottom up. It's going to cook from the bottom up, y'all. Let me let y'all look at it up close. Y'all see that? Let y'all look at it. Y'all see that? Yep. Yeah. Y'all see? Looks good, don't it? I just turned the fire up a little bit. Huh? Keep y'all in here so y'all can see what I'm doing. And what that's gonna do, I'm cooking that with that butter. Just let it cook from the bottom. You don't want it up too high. Let it do what it do. let that sit there, marinate, and if you put the top on it, you get it done faster. So, put my big top on. Yep. And we go back to me checking out these beans. Oh yeah, they're cooking good right now. They're cooking real good. And what I do, I let the turkey necks cook until the water come down. That's what I do. When the water get kind of low. When the water get kind of low, then I know it's ready to put my beans in it. But right now, when you cook these big old turkey necks, let me show them to y'all. When you cook these big old turkey necks, y'all see how big these turkey necks is? Hey, big turkey necks. Let me show y'all. Y'all see a big old turkey neck? Big old turkey neck? Now, this is a turkey. Let that do what it do. Cut up me some cabbage. Cause that's what I will be eating. And you just let that sit in there. That sucker do what it do. See that, y'all? Y'all see that? Let it just sit in there and do what it do. Right. It's good, don't it? That sucker do what it do under that. And that's what I got going on. They're my turkey necks that I got in the pot, y'all. Turkey neck I got in the pot. And I'm going to put these beans. Put this back up here. Uh-oh. Oh, now y'all can't be making like that. Why you always turn off when I move the camera? Which don't make no sense. Every time I try to show something, they cut my camera off. Y'all see there? And these are my 15 beans. Y'all see that? 15 beans. Camera cut off, y'all, so it's probably like starting all over again, y'all. But that's okay. But that's what's going on over here, y'all. Oh. Like they don't want me to even move the camera, y'all. That's how bad it is. They don't want me to move the camera. Now see, I'm cooking on top of this stove, y'all. So I'm trying to do YouTube and let my people on Facebook watch at the same time, but the cameras keep cutting off, so I'm getting a little aggravated. But other than that, back to my bean soup and my steak. And all my seasoning. You got to move it around so them seasonings will get stuck at the bottom of the pot, y'all. Put it down just a little bit. try to keep my sink, let me say my stove right down, because it's one of them flat stoves. And they can be a hot mess if you leave the food on them. I mean, hot mess. But I'm just in the kitchen, y'all, doing what I do best. You gotta watch this cabbage and stuff. Hey. The cabbage can be dirty. Dirty, dirty. This steak right here looking good. Got it on low. And you know what I bought? I'm gonna put some Worcester sauce in there. Some Worcester sauce in there. Right in front of my eyes. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Going off. And you see that? When that happens, just take the top off of them and stir them up a little bit more. When they start floating at the top, that's a good thing. Now, I got something to add to it. I'm looking for it, and I know it's okay. Here we go. I gotta excuse my closet. Now, what I do, I add this to the roast. Yeah, that's that good stuff. I add this to the roast. Y'all know what this is, that Worcestershire sauce. Now again, I know the video kept cutting off, so I'm cooking some beans inside of some turkey necks. I'm warming these up, you know, boiling them up to get them a little tender. And got a roast here cooking on top of the stove. So, and then I'll make a little cabbage later. Nothing like that sauce right there. And I put a little garlic and butter in here first. When I put the steak in here. Got a lot of seasoning at the bottom, so move the steak around. Turn it down just a little bit lower. And let it marinate. Maybe I need to leave the top off of this because it's getting on my nerves. But these beans right here, y'all, they taste so good. And I don't know if y'all seen the post or not. But let me show y'all a bag of beans. I probably will post them up. But let me show y'all the beans. They're 15 bean soup, but I don't cook them like soup. I get some turkey necks, boil them and put them in there. They taste so good together. These are the beans I'm using because I know my video restarted like 1,000 times. But these beans are good. They taste really, really good together. Still washing off my cabbage. They need to start cleaning these vegetables before they start selling them. Yes. I mean, they got a lot of different beans in here. bean that got stuck on my stove. Keep that going. And let me check this out. And this gonna continue doing what it's doing into this meal. It's really, really tender. Let that do what it do. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. But that lid getting hot, y'all. So you gotta have some mittens if y'all get these little markers to it hot. Baby. I don't be trying to have my channel be looking boring, but they don't want to play no music. I can't dance. I just play a little jazz. But I'm in this kitchen just to cook. Usually I be dancing and everything, but they don't want to allow you to do too much. So we just gonna cook. Looking good, looking good. Season good. No one I can't eat none of that shit. And I'll drop a little scallions in there with it. Yeah. Hey y'all. Y'all see that? Drop a little scallions in there with it, y'all. Look at that. And the scallion and onions, they don't do nothing but get a little flavor. Just a little flavor, that's all. That's why I threw them in there with it. But I need this roast to get really, really tender. So I'm going to put it in there. Put it down on low. As y'all can see, I didn't add no bell peppers or nothing, y'all. Like I said, you don't put that stuff in everything. I ain't messing around with that pot. That pot hot. So all I do is sit here and just wait. Y'all see the bean soup turning a little dark because it got black beans in there as well. A lot of black beans, but it's like 15 different beans in this stuff. I'm glad I'm cooking them in here because sometimes you can put them in there with them turkey necks and it takes forever for them to get done. So what you want to do is just boil these a little bit first before you transfer them into the pot, other pot. Okay. Looking good already. to transfer these over there. Then I can make my cabbage. Then I can make my cabbage. I don't like nothing sticking, so I'm always shaking my stuff up. Let me go ahead and cut this cabbage up, y'all. Cut that sucker up. Look at the cabbage. Ooh. You gotta have a good knife to cut that cabbage. Boy, I ain't playing. I use a steak knife to cook this cabbage. Cut this cabbage. This cabbage is hard. Use any other knife, you might break it. Oh yeah, that was some work, y'all. I'm over here cutting up the cabbage. That was some work. Give me a little minute. Give me a few minutes. Okay, y'all, I'm back. Now I gotta finish cutting up the little cabbage. It don't matter how you cut the cabbage, just cut it up. Sometimes I be fancy with it, sometimes I don't. It just depends on you. Because at the end, it's all gonna look the same anyway. Cut it down. Don't try to be fancy. Just cut it, just cut it. Cut it, cut it, cut it. I know some of y'all watching, and some people not. Cut the cabbage up real good and oh Lord Jesus. They be working my nerves. I'm not sure this picture is my favorite or something. Hey y'all, I'm back. My camera apparently cut off because they don't see me, so if they don't see me in the camera, it will cut off. back again. Put all of these seasonings over here. So I can bring the camera back up so y'all can see what I got going on. And even though I got this going on, I can add, get it real tender, keep flipping it over. Ooh, it looks good. See, all I want to do is just keep getting tender. I got it on low, not too low. Hey y'all, put y'all back over here too so y'all can see me. That's doing okay. It didn't get that low yet. But you want them turkey necks done, okay? Baby, woo. Look at that. The turkey necks ain't no joke. I wipe my seasoning off, y'all. Got to wipe the seasoning top off. I wipe them off. Because your hand be over everything. I'll put some of these in here because ain't no better live it that left. But I like the way this tastes. I have to add a little bit to the beans. Not a whole lot. But this tastes good. This 14 season, y'all better get 14 spice. Y'all better get it. Y'all have to go buy y'all some of this. Oh my God. So while I'm waiting on the food, I always wipe off the tops because when you're in here cooking, you love to put your hands on everything. So you want to wipe the stuff off. Good to wipe off your seasoning. Wipe the caps off. Drop one of them already, y'all, for them. Some hands can get all over the place. Wipe them off. Wipe them off. And those beans come with seasoning inside of them, but I don't use it. I don't like it. As y'all can see, I'm putting just a little seasoning in it. These beans. But I already seasoned up the turkey neck. By these being 15 different beans, you have to boil them for a while because some get done and some don't. Chicken on my stick. Hey y'all. Nobody will be talking to me, but I'm going to make more and more videos so y'all can get used to me. I'm just starting out, so bear with me. Bear with me. From time to time, I put a little cuts in the meat. Put a little few cuts in the meat because this is a thick roast. But they gonna enjoy it because it's getting soft. Have it up too high. I don't want to burn. Turn it up just a little bit more. Why y'all coming and joining and talking to me? I get bored in the kitchen. So when y'all don't talk to me, it's okay. Just have me a drink. Why are you killing? It's cutting down. The camera keep cutting off, y'all. Why this camera keep cutting off, I don't know. But that be working my nerves. I guess you only got a certain amount of time to be on here, I guess. You only got a matter of time to be on here. Now y'all can see my other side of the kitchen. I'm back, y'all. I'm in the kitchen cooking some beans with turkey necks in them and a little pot roast. But I'm cooking it on top of the stove. It's kind of looking like a little steak, so I'm making it for everybody in the house except myself. Then later on, I'm making some cabbage and some collard greens mixed together for me. So that will be my dinner for tonight. So I'm trying to eat healthy. I'm feeling a little better since I haven't been putting any meat in my body. So that's just me. And I'm always cleaning my cabbage to make sure it's clean. Gotta clean that cabbage. Got to clean that cabbage. I'm only eating things grown from the ground to see how long I can do it. Anything grown from the ground. Trying to do it the Lord's way. Anything that's grown from the ground, I'm putting in my body. Anything else, I don't know. Y'all know I started painting my kitchen cabinet. And I got lazy when it got time to do the bottom ones. But I have to finish the bottom kitchen cabinet. But it does take time because the cabinets were white, but I didn't want white in my kitchen. So I started painting my cabinet. And I did all the top ones, but I didn't do the bottom ones yet. But I guess when I got some time to myself and feel like doing it, I finished the painting off the bottom of the cabinet. So if y'all been seeing my cabinet looking black and white, that's because I'm in the process of painting them. So, be laughing at me. Y'all see that cabbage? Ooh, look at that cabbage. Wait until it go in the pot. Here's the cabbage, y'all. Good cabbage. And I'm going to throw some collard greens in there afterwards. But first, I'm going to put the cabbage in there and cook those first. I'll cook those cabbages first. Then after that, I'll work on putting the collard greens in there with it. cabbages in with your collard greens. Y'all up too. They can go in this pot. I'm not putting it in that pot. I'm just making a small thing of cabbage and collard greens so I can have something to eat tonight. Hey, how you doing? I'm in this kitchen cooking, like I'm always. Always up to something in this house. My videos keep stopping for some reason. I'm up here cutting up cabbage, so trying to get the rest of it out the sink. And see, they're getting real soft now. See, that's what you want. They get real soft now. That's what I'm talking about. But they taste really, really good together once it's done. Really, really good. The color of them changed too. They ain't so bright anymore. But what I do is rinse these off, strain them, and then put them over into the pot over here. I keep checking this pot, y'all, because I don't want the water. I don't want the water to get too low without me keeping my eye on it. But these turkey necks take a while to cook. I don't know why I keep putting my little towel in my beans. That's what happens when you got too much going on in the kitchen. I gotta use my other towel now. And put the cap on this, because every time I put the cap on this, let's see. I'll be right there, y'all. I'll be in the kitchen a lot. Over here, over there. I don't know why I buy these towels anyway, but I guess they come in handy to wiping the stove off. Give me some good beans. Check on this steak, y'all. Oh, it smells so good. That stuff is looking good. I got that Worcester sauce on there. Ooh, ooh. Y'all got to see this up close. Yes, I got to see this up close. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? That sucker looking good. Y'all see that? That steak coming along, honey. Honey, baby, child. It's coming along. Y'all Facebook don't want to come in and chat with me. That's crazy. It's alright. I'm still gonna do what I do. I'm still gonna do what I do, whether y'all come in and talk to me or not. Still gonna make it do what it do, baby. Some beautiful cabbage, though. Look at that. Beautiful cabbage, y'all. Y'all know y'all like that. That Worcester sauce, that's what you need in your house. I got a big bottle, 2 big old bottles. This is good on y'all steak, or pot roast, or whatever. This is the bomb right here. I don't know if I'm going to use all the collard greens, but I do need to put them in something because I might cook me a little bit tomorrow too. I'm not sure. But for right now, I just need a tad little bit. And I'm going to put them in here too. I don't want to put these in here, y'all. Y'all let me have y'all kids cleaning up the kitchen. They do half behind the job. Half behind the job. They don't never do what you tell them to do. They be saying, oh, I'm done. I'm done. Then you go downstairs because they're finished playing their game. And they ain't did half of what you told them to do. Yeah, I get angry sometimes. Because you ask them to do stuff and they don't do it properly. Open up these collard greens, half a bag of I just smell the tart sometimes. Lucky I just bought them. That means we another boring. I like to wash my hands. Wash. And as y'all can see, I'm over here washing my greens. I'm going to add a little bit to my cabbage. Okay. So right now, I got to wash them. Soak them up really good. And see, once that steak don't start moving, I don't know what time it is. It's doing pretty good. That is so good. Now all I do is roll it around in that Worcester sauce with the green onion, scallion. And since it's just them two eating it, I'm gonna break it apart in two already, so there won't be no problems. And it cut so good, y'all. It's like this is ready. Like this is ready. Yeah, this is good. They're gonna enjoy this. Yes, they are. Who all have a phone still in their house? Who all still have a phone in their house? You know, that take me back to my grandmama days. I got a phone on that wall, y'all, but that sucker don't ring. It's there for fashion. It's there for show. But if I did turn it on, it will ring right there because they got an outlet there. But we don't use no phones no more, y'all. There ain't nobody use no phone no more. But I do have it in the kitchen. I don't know why. Does it remind me of the old days? Can't forget about the old days, y'all. Can't forget about the old days. I'm gonna get another one of my little slushes. I know I put them in here. This is wild business. This is wild business, y'all. Y'all need to come in here and join me in my kitchen, y'all. I like having a little something while you're cooking this good, delicious food. Oh, I like that one. That was wild margarita. Ooh, woo. That was perfect. The other one was red. They say they got alcohol. I don't think they got no alcohol in them. There's no alcohol in it. Let's see. 5%. What 5% folks do? Always stir your beans because you do not want them sticking. Oh, they starting to look better. I don't like no hard beans. Hey, wanna stop by? I'm in this kitchen throwing down right now, y'all. Cooking some of everything. My turkey neck's water is getting a little low. So I'm gonna add just a little bit more water to them. I don't like to, but I am gonna add a little bit more water because they still kind of tender. Let me see. So I got to get a tender. So I'm just gonna add just a little bit more water in there. And let them do what they do. Hold on, y'all. They didn't show up. Well, they know better. I'm back, y'all. Just gotta make sure the steak don't stick. This chuck roast or whatever y'all want to call it. I'm gonna call it a steak because that's what it look like to me. But it's thicker. And I don't want my pot to burn or anything, so you got to keep moving it around because it got a lot of seasoning. So this meat is really done, but to make it even softer, I just still let it sit in there. I ain't putting no water in here, nothing like that. Let it sit in here. I'm going to put it on low, low, low. Right now, real low so it don't cook so much. Okay. Y'all see me at this stove. It get hot in this kitchen, y'all. For real, for real. So I have to get some ice in here. Just in case I gotta add some more water to my pot. So in a minute, I'm gonna be adding the beans inside of here and just let them cook all together. That's what I'm about to be doing. Beans get right. One thing I hate that they put beans in here that don't take long to get done. So when they in here, they might get a little softer than the other beans. But I'm glad I thought about putting them in here first. So when I'm done, I can add them over there into the turkey neck. But you just put these on top of some rice. Oh my God. And they be good. Oh, get some more peanut. I get it. This is one in here. Rinse this one. This is one I gave you last night. You didn't take the some of it. I thought you got some of that. But that was Sean. Oh, just turn it and twist it and pull it up. Want to rinse it out? peanuts too. Big old can. I got one more can left too. Cajun, yep. Cajun style boiled peanuts. Put them in the what you got? But they on. Did I? Look, you said they cold. Well, you like that, but I thought it was gonna get warm. Why my light ain't blue over here? Like I know how to work this thing. We got more warm. Y'all, I'm trying to learn how to use this new crock pot I got. I got some boiled peanuts in it. To keep them warm. My husband got them. He said they were cold. I think I'm doing it right. It is hot though. What it takes. And when they start feeling like they sticking just a little bit to the bottom, they pretty much done. But I'm gonna transfer them over there to my whatchamacallit. So I know that water getting real low. Yep. Looking good, y'all. Looking good. You know they done. They've been cooking for a long time. Now I can't get, let me see if I can find this spoon with the hole, you see. That big spoon with the hole. Y'all, I got so many utensils in this kitchen, it's ridiculous. Now what I do is take someone like this, transfer them in that pot. I could have pulled them out in the strainer, but I don't feel like taking it out, so I'm gonna just take them like that. Because even if you got a strainer with big holes, they got a lot of little small beans in there too, so you'll lose a lot of them, so you don't want to lose them. So this worked best for me. Turn that down a little bit. So pretty much now they can just cook on low because these beans are pretty much done. And the turkey necks are done. Then I make some rice. By that time, they'd be good to go. Ooh, look at that. Ooh. Yes. And the only reason why I cook them in a different pot, because these beans, you'll make a mess if you try to cook them in there with turkey necks. Because these beans, they need to be in a separate pot when you first start out. Because I've tried cooking them together and it did not work. It's best to cook these beans separately, just boil them. Not too much seasoning to them because you already seasoned the water with the turkey necks. But you want to always boil these beans first. And the only way you can learn is you got to make a few mistakes first in order to get it right. So, y'all know if I'm telling you that I made a few mistakes. And this might look crazy, but let me tell y'all something. Y'all put this on top of some rice. Some people eat it just like that. When I say the bomb, I mean the bomb. And you get your spoon with holes in it, because I ain't trying to transfer this water over into that juice. Not at all. Just a little bit. Now, if you're a good cook, you'll know these beans got a lot of flavor. Now, if you really wanted to, you can transfer a little bit of juice into your cabbage. That's if you want to. I don't say you have to. It's beans, I'm sure. Now, that's all the beans, y'all. And you see? Hey, close look up. Close. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Bean soup. And you put it in there. Ooh, look at that. Good. Some of these beans can get caught down on my stove. So I'm going to turn this pot off and transfer it over here for a minute. Trying to get the stove cleaned up real good. Because them beans can make a mess. But as long as you get it right away, it won't mess up your stove. But like I said, I like to keep my stove clean. And you can't keep it clean all the time. But you can try. And what I've learned, the best time to clean off this stove is when it's hot. Seriously. If y'all got a lot of stuff on y'all stove, clean it while it's hot, real hot with it. Sometimes the eye can be on, but I don't like when I cut it off and then I pull around it. Hey. But y'all see that bean soup? Ooh. Let me show y'all my bean soup I just made, y'all. Look at that. Y'all see that bean soup? Y'all see that bean soup? Them turkey necks in there. Y'all see that? My bean soup. Yes. I got a lot of steam going on, so y'all can't see that good. Oh, but that ain't no joke right there, y'all. And since that's almost done, put that down on low. And then I'm going to get my favorite little pot. Woo. Let that cook down low. Get my favorite little pot and make some rice. It's that steak, y'all. It is good. That's what I'm talking about. Now, y'all know this is done. Let me show it to you. Y'all see that? Now, y'all know this is done. Now, that's how you make the roast. And this is so soft. I bet it's good. I haven't tasted it at all. But when I put the knife in to cut it, ooh, it's done, y'all. It's done. Yes, it is. It's done. So I turned that down. Put that on low. Oh, y'all want to see it too? Let me show y'all what I'm going to do. Look at it. Y'all see that? They got a nice, it's roast, but it actually looks like steak. So I just cook it on top of the stove, y'all. Y'all see that? Y'all see how good that is? And sitting in some onions and some Worcestershire sauce. Y'all see that? It's our Worcestershire sauce or whatever y'all call it. Y'all know what we call it. Y'all see that? Oh, they would cut my camera off so quick. Favorite lady in here. I'm about to add her to my favorites or something. I'm gonna have to go back to it. My favorite. Okay, hey y'all. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm finished with my steak now. Look at it. Y'all see that? Worcestershire sauce and onions, green onions. Yes, y'all see that? Done. Now I'm about to make some cabbage. And I got my bean soup here. I don't think y'all know about the bean soup, do y'all? Y'all don't know about the bean soup. Look at that. Oh, shoot. Every time I touch it, it go off. What's wrong with this? Guess I gotta hold it a certain way. And I don't know how you can turn the camera around. Okay, let me see if I can turn the camera around. Okay, y'all. Y'all see this? This is my soup right here. That's what I do for now. When I say turkey necks and these 15 bean soup, y'all see that? That's what I'm talking about right now. Now, it's actually done, so I'm going to just cut it on low. And you put this over some rice. Oh, my God. Y'all see that? Got too much steam, so y'all can't see it right now. And I tell you. And here go my steak, y'all. I found chuck roast. Y'all see that? And I got that Worcestershire sauce in it. Y'all see it? Let me show it to y'all. Yes. Y'all see that? Cabbage. I'm about to cook some cabbage. It'd be funny if I stick that cabbage right on in here with this, but no, I'm not going to do that. But that is something different. But I'll probably put some cabbage in this pot. Once I take the meat out, I'm going to put the cabbage in this pot. Because it's already seasoned and everything. And that's going to make it taste good. But then again, if I'm eating it, I can't put it in there. So I have to put that in a totally different pot. But that's it, y'all. And beans can stick, so I don't want mine to stick, so that's why I turned it down real, real low. Turn it down just a little bit low, because it is done. Put the top back on it, and make it do what it do. Take the steak out and put it on something too. Put y'all back up here. Put y'all back up here. I can do what I need to do. I'm back. Okay. Now, I gotta find something to put there. Good old steak. Y'all see that? Good old steak. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? And it ain't burnt. Just perfect. Just right. Just right. Y'all see that? It's done. Put that in my microwave. Now I'm gonna make me some rice. This is gonna be so good. Making me the dinner right. Yeah. Make some rice. And the food for them will be done. It don't take much. make 2 bags of rice. Now, if you in the mood, you're not in the mood, and you don't feel like making some regular rice, which I do know how to make, I do the quick rice. So I don't know if y'all ever heard of the success rice, but this is what I use. This is quick and easy. It's a little bit more expensive, but I love it. Boil some water, drop it in, wait a little minute, and drop it in. Y'all see? My success rice. And what I do, I wait until the water start boiling, drop out 2 bags in there, and I'm good. Now that's if you're quick. But like when I make oxtails or something like that, when I was eating meat, I would make my rice by scratch instead of using the bag rice. That bean soup looks so good. But y'all know we don't use it as bean soup. We take that soup, we take them beans, put those in rice, put some cornbread, but I ain't making no cornbread